6, how are you? Today we'll solve cumulative assessment number 4, the lesson 4, unit 1. Question number 1, complete the following. Letter A, the least common multiplication of 5 and 10 is. We know 10 can be divided by 5, then 10 is the least common multiplication between two numbers. 10 can be divided by 5 and itself. 10 is the least common multiplication of 5 and 10. Question letter B, 5. Subtract 2 and 1 over 3. We can convert 5 here to mixed number. Write 4 and 3 over 3 like the numerator here. Subtract 2 and 1 over 3. 4 minus 2 equal 2. And write 3 in the numerator. 3 minus 1 equal 2. The result will be 2 and 2 over 3. Question letter C. Yusuf works 210 hours monthly. Then he works space hours daily. First step, we can find the number of hours he works daily divided by what? 210 divided by 30, because Yusuf works 210 hours monthly, and we know 1 month equals 30 days. Then we can divide it 210 by 30 to find number of hours he works daily. 210 divided by 30, cancel 0 by 0 here, and 21 divided by 3 equals 7. So he works 7 hours daily. Write 7. About letter C. Again, Yusuf works 210 hours monthly. Then he works space hours daily. We can find the number of hours he works daily by divided by 30, because he works 210 hours monthly. Understood? Question letter D. 4 and 1 over 7 plus 2 and 1 over 2. We can find the least common multiplication between 7 and 2. 7 can be divided by 2. Then the least common multiplication between them, 7 and 2, it will be 14. You can write here 14 in the numerator. 7 times 2 equals 14. Why? Because 2 and 7 are prime numbers. We know the prime number has only 2 factors. Can divide it by itself and 1. 2 and 7 prime numbers. Okay, then you can convert 7 will be 14 by times by 2. 2 times 1 equal 2. 2 times 7 equal 14. 1 times 7 equals 7. And then we add 4 plus 2 equals 6. And write 14 here. 7 plus 2 equals 9. The result will be 6 and 9 over 14. The result about letter D. Next question here. Letter E. 60 plus 90 letter E. 60 plus 90 equal 30 multiplication by what? We know 60 equal 30 times 2 and 90 equal 30 times 3. Then we can write 30 here outside, height common factor between two terms. Okay, the remainder here will be 2 and here 3. Or you can find the first number here by dividing 60 divided by 30 equal 2 and 90 divided by 30 equals 3. Understood? Letter F. 2 and 1 over 5 subtract 1 and a half. We can solve this example by finding the least common multiplication between two fractions here. 2 and 1 over 5, subtract 1 and 1 over 2. The least common multiplication between them equal 10. 2 times 5 equal 10, 2 times 1 equal 2, 2 times 5 equal 10, 1 times 5 equal 5. Look at here, 2 and 5. We can't find the difference between 2 and 5 because 5 is greater than 2. So we must borrow 1 from 1 here, right? 2 and 2 over 10. And then borrow 1. 1 equal 10 over 10. 10 over 10 plus 5 over 10 equal 15 over 10. Okay. And 2 and 2 over 10, you can find the difference between them. Convert. 2 times 10 equal 10. 10 plus 2 equal 22. Subtract 15 over 10. And then write 10 in denominator here. 22 subtract by 15 equal 7. So the result will be 7 over 10. Understood this example? Again? Okay, 2 and 1 over 5, subtract 1 and 1 over 2. We can find the least common multiplication between them equal 10. 5 times 2 equal 10, 1 times 2 equal 2, 2 times 5 equal 10, 1 times 5 equal 5. We can't find the difference between two fractions here because 2 and 5. We have here 2 and 5. 2 minus 5, we can't find the result in natural number. Then we can convert from mixed number to improper. Write 10 in denominator. 2 times 10 equal 10. 20. 20 plus 2 equal 22. Subtract. Write 10 in denominator and 15 up here because 1 times 10 equal 10. 10 plus 5 equal 15. 22 subtract 15 equals 7 and denominator 10. The result will be 7 over 10. Okay, it's question letter F. Question number 2, choose the correct answer. 2 over 7 plus 1 over 7 plus 5 over 7 plus 3 over 7. We have the common denominator, then you can find the least common multiplication between all fractions here, 7. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 5 equal 8. 8 plus 3 equal 11. 11 over 7. Okay, but 11 over 7 is improper. You must convert from improper to mixed number. Write 7 in the numerator and 11 divided by 7 equal 1 and the remainder 4. The result will be 1 and 4 over 7. 1 and 4 over 7. The result will be letter B. Okay, choose letter B about question number 2, letter A. Okay, my students, choose letter B. The result will be 1 and 1 and 4 over 7. Understood? Okay, next question here. Letter B. 8 times 3 plus 5 in parentheses. 8 multiplication by 3 plus 5 in parentheses here. We can using distributive properties. Distributive properties, okay? 8 multiplication by 3 plus 8 multiplication by 5. 8 times 3, 24, and 8 times 5 equal 40. Choose 24 plus 40, choose letter C. About question letter B, okay? Question letter C. Which of the following are relatively prime numbers? Again, question letter C. Question letter C. Which of the following are relatively prime numbers? Relatively prime numbers, it's meaning two numbers can divided by 1 only. Where about letter C, thinking about with me, we have here 8 and 9. 8 and 9, because 8 and 9 can divided by 1 only, but 8 and 11 are not prime numbers. Understood? Don't you choose letter C about this example? Don't you choose 2 and 3? Why? Because 2 and 3 are prime numbers. He asked about which of the following are relatively prime numbers. Relatively prime numbers, it's meaning 2 digits can divided by only 1. 2 digits can divided by only 1, but 2 digits here, not prime numbers. 2 digits here, not prime numbers. 8 and 9, not prime numbers. But 8 and 9 can divide it by 1 only. So we have the relation between 8 and 9. We have the relation between 8 and 9. What is the relation? 8 and 9 are relatively prime numbers. Relatively prime numbers. It's meaning 2 digits can divide it by 1 only, but 2 digits can't divide it by any number without 1, and 2 digits not prime numbers. 2 digits here, 8 and 9, don't prime numbers. 8 and 9, there is not prime numbers, but we have relation between them. What is the relation? 8 and 9 can divide it by 1 only. Then you must choose letter A about letter C. Which of the following are relatively prime numbers? Will be 8 and 9. What about 7 and 14? 7 and 14. 14 can divide it by 7. So we can choose letter B. We can choose letter B about this example. Letter C, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are prime numbers. Don't choose prime numbers, okay? We know 2 and 3 can divide it by 1 only, because 2 and 3 are prime numbers, and we know prime number has only 2 factors, can divide it by itself and 1 only. Don't choose 2 and 3, okay? But we must choose 8 and 9. Understood? Because 8 and 9 can divide it by 1 only. 8 and 9, we have relation between them. What is the relation? 8 and 9 are relatively prime numbers. We called it R. 8 and 9 are relatively prime numbers. And what about letter D? 10 and 5. 10 can divide it by 5. Don't choose letter D. And don't choose letter C. Don't choose letter B. You must choose letter E. The correct answer, letter E. 8 and 9 are relatively prime numbers. Question letter D. The greatest common factor from the opposite Venn diagram here. We have the Venn diagram about question letter D. The greatest common factor. Look at here, Venn diagram. We have 2 circles here. 5, 2, 3, and 7. The greatest common factor, it will be 2 times 3 equals 6. Greatest common factor, 2 times 3 equals 6. Then the greatest common factor from the opposite Venn diagram is 6. 2 times 3. 2 times 3, choose letter D. Choose letter D about question D. Question letter D, choose letter D. Letter E, 5 over 6 subtract 3 over 4. 5 over 6 subtract 3 over 4. In this example, we must find the least common multiplication between two denominators. 6 can be divided by 4. Then 6 plus 6 equals 12. 12 can be divided by 4. So you must write 12 in the denominator here. 2 times 6 equals 12, and 2 times 5 equals 10. 3 times 4 equals 12, and 3 times 3 equals 9. The difference between them, it will be what? 10 minus 9 equals 1. The result will be 1 over 12. Question number 3. Samir ate 1 over 4 of the cake. Samir ate fourth of the cake and Saif ate third of the same cake. How much of the cake has been eaten? Who can tell me the result? We can add them to find what the cake has been eaten fourth plus third. Question number 3. We can write the eaten equal what? 1 over 4 plus 1 over 3. Right, the least common multiplication between 4 and 3 is 12. 4 times 3 equal 12. 3 times 1 equal 3. 4 times 3 equal 12. 4 times 1 equal 4. 4 plus 3 equals 7, and then write 12 in numerator. Then the result will be 7 over 12 of cakes. Okay. Again, the 18 equal 4 plus third. We can find the least common multiplication between two denominator here. 4 and 3, 12 can divide it by 4 and 3. Then the least common multiplication between 4 and 3 equal 12. 3 times 4 equal 12, 1 times 3 equal 3, 3 times 4 equal 12, 1 times 3 times 4 equal 12, 1 times 4 equal 4, 3 plus 4 equals 7. The result will be 7 over 12 of cake. Then the eaten equals 7 over 12 of cake. Understood? Question number 4. Use Venn diagram to find greatest common factor and least common multiplication of 15 and 10. Okay, 15 and 10. We know 15 equal 3 multiplication by 5 and 10 equal 5 multiplication by 2. We can use the Venn diagram here. Write prime factors of first number here. 15 equals 3 times 5, 3 and 5, and here 10 equal 5 multiplication by 2. Okay, we called it what? Prime factors of 3 and 5. 15 prime of 15, and here prime of 10. Okay, then the least common multiplication between them, 3 times 5 times 2. We want to find the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor, it will be 5. Okay, and the least common multiplication between them, least common multiplication, 3 times 5 times 2. Okay, 3 times 5 times 2. The least common multiplication between them, it will be what? 2 times 3, 6 times 5 equals 30. Then the least common multiplication between 15 and 10 is 30, and the greatest common factor between them equal 5. Understood this methods? Understood? Okay. We have the least common factor and the least common multiplication. Question letter B, 27 and 4. 27 and 4 are relatively prime, so greatest common factor between them equal 1, and least common multiplication between them, it will be 4 times 27. Understood? Again, 27 and 4. We know 27 and 4 are relatively prime numbers. Relatively prime, so greatest common factor between them, it will be 4, because we have the relation between them. 27 and 4 can be divided by 1 only. Understood? So if we draw Venn diagram about 27, it will be 3 times 3 times 3, and 4 equal 2 times 2. we haven't the greatest common factor without 1, because 27 and 4 are what we called it are relatively prime number. Okay, relatively prime. 27 and 4 are, we called it what? Relatively prime. So we can find what? Greatest common factor. It will be what? 1. Least common factor between them, 1. And the least common multiplication times between 27 and 4. We can find the multiplication between them to find the least common multiplication. 27 times 4, well, what? 4 times 7 equal 28, right? 8 and carry up 2. 2 times 4 equal 8 plus 2 equal 10. And the least common multiplication between them equal 108. Understood, my students? Now we finished cumulative number 4 with you. In the next time I will solve cumulative assessment number 5 on unit 2. Okay, we must study hard on questions about cumulative number 1 and 2 and 3, and in the future we will solve question number 2. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.